Order
That
filled.
right now. And I'm going to mark up a speed bump on it. Okay, and I'm going to speed bump this thing. I'm going to put it just above this resistance area here. Make it break it by stop market 2.
Order submitted.
Okay, we'll see if this resistance area will hold. And if it doesn't, then I'll speed bump it. Let me put my speed bumps in there. Yeah, it looks like I should just walked away and turned the computer off, right? Finished going to the weekend with that 1600 would have been nice. So if it's going to
Order submitted.
if it's going to reject all this and go lower, I'm going to get into that trade lower.
Order canceled.
I'm going to buy one more contract right here. Let's do it. Buy one more
Order
contract there.
filled.
And then I'm going to put my speed bump in. So I got 3 contracts in short to the short side right now. Like I said, if it rejects off that and comes down, then this thing's looking really bearish. So now we're in short on this setup here. There is a support area right through here too. So we're kind of in the channel right now. But if we can come back down towards the bottom of this support area, then we'll be in profit on this trade. And we'll call it a day.
Order filled.
All right, there we go. So out. So we're still profitable, 154 on the day. Just get back, you know, how could I started with a $1,600 day, and then that disaster just happened. So I'm going to wait for another trade setup. Okay, so jumped into GC here. I'm going to go. All right, so jumped into GC based on a speed bump setup. So this is the first target right here. I'm going to copy this for the second target. All right, so once it gets past this first target, I need to lock in profits and look for a hit on this target and then lock in profits here. So we'll see if it wants to get there for me and give me a nice green day after all. All right, so I'd like to get at least $200. Topstep doesn't consider it a green day unless you have at least $200 in profits. Or maybe we're going to have a nice big fat red day. We'll turn our $1,600 winning day into a fat red day. That could happen. That very well could happen. Let's go ahead and put a speed bump in. So if it breaks the support area, it could move quick down to the second target here, which would be pretty sweet. So we'll see what happens. But at the same time, this is a support area, so this could rip higher. We're going to find out in a few minutes. All right, so started this first day back up $1,600, looking awesome. And then decided I needed more money. Got greedy. Jumped into some, one good trade, legit setup, and it just didn't work. And then started doing a little casino trading, and that's it. It's game over on the end of the day. You're going to finish the day down $1,300 when I should have just closed out the day up $1,600, come back the next day, maybe even wait for some losers to jump in there, improve my probabilities, and trade smart, trade the plan. But I didn't. And when you don't, that's what happens. You take a beating. So now I'm going to have to come back from $1,300 down, which, it's tough. It's tough when you're going to be risking $1,000 a trade. It gets a little scary. Might blow up this account again. Round 2 might be another loser. All right, so I'm going to jump out of this trade right now because I have to get out of here. And, yeah, that's how it's going to close. And it's Friday, so we'll be back on Sunday. All right, everybody.
Order filled.
Close that trade for a whopping $1,344 losing day instead of a nice fat green day. All right, everybody. See you on the next trade. Okay, so here we are back with Topstep Combine. So round two. First day started out great with round 2. I was up $1,600. It was awesome. And then I decided to keep on trading and got into the casino trading a little bit and gave it all back, and it went down $1,300 like a dum-dum. So I'm going to start today off with a little casino trade, I think. We have NQ right here switching, but I'm going to go against that switch, I think, because look at this massive rejection. So I broke above this area, made some new highs, massive rejection right now. The Dow Jones is also getting rejected even harder to the point where it's about to go red. So I think I'm going to go ahead and short this in about 30 seconds with one contract. And then we'll see how this thing plays out. Tempted to go long or wait to get short until it actually breaks. Maybe I'll wait to get, once it breaks, I'll go short. So I could go long with this and then just speed bump it and triple up. So that's what we'll do. We'll follow the rules and then we'll triple up on the speed bump because it could be a pretty big speed bump. So we're all set up right here, ready to go. So we're gonna buy it long. See, I was talking to myself out of the casino there. I was about to get in the casino and short it. I think it's a short trade, but it's all right. We'll hit it on the speed bump if that's the case. Let's see here. We got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Order filled.
All right, so we're in. Man, the Dow Jones is tanking right now. So will the Nasdaq turn around and follow it? I'm gonna find out here in a minute. All right, the Dow Jones breaks its low, like makes a new low on the day from here, like from pre-market, because right now it's making new lows in the day, but if it hits pre-market lows, I might have to bounce out of Nasdaq as well, because there could be something going on.
Stop filled.
All right, if I'm fine with that, I'll be out with my $30. Something might be happening with the market, so I'm going to go ahead and hit pause on today. I don't want to take any chances, and if this turns into be a nice green trade, then it becomes a nice green trade. What I will do is I will set up my 3 contracts for a break, for a speed bump setup, basically. Sell stop limit. All right, see what I'm saying? Something's going on. When the rest of the indices are starting to tank and this one hasn't done it yet, might be time to bounce out, because they usually travel somewhat together. And if one area is really crashing, that's could be a bad sign for the others. Not that it will be, but it could be. And I'd rather just be a little bit risk averse and bounce out. So we got our 3 contracts set up here. If this were to break, that would basically be initiating like a speed bump trade. All right, looks like we're going to get short here on the Nasdaq 3.
Order filled.
Okay, so now we're short here on the Nasdaq. I'll pull this up bigger since we won't be getting gold because we're maxed out on our shares right now. Okay, so stop. I need to move that to here. And then I'm going to let this thing come way down here to that area for now. I'll trail the stop, but if this thing really spikes something crazy down here, then I'm happy to get out. Here, we'll hit it right here. If it'll come to the second target as a quickie, I'm good to get out right there. Dow Jones starting to show some strength. Don't do it, market. Come right here to my target first. So the nice thing is, had I traded this normally, I would have stayed in. I wouldn't have taken profit there, even though it was only 30 bucks or so. I wouldn't have taken any profit. I would have speed bumped it right now, and I would have a bigger loss if this becomes a loss. So because of the way I traded it, I'll actually reduce my loss a little bit if this becomes a loss on the speed bump. And then we'll just look for another trade. Wow, look at that bullish move. This is insanity.
Stop filled.
Look at that insanity, stopped out right there for a nice fat loss of $1,000. Insane, but it could have been worse. Could have been worse. So all good. So let's go look at gold real quick, because that might be a trade right now. Maximize. All right, gold. We got three minutes, and then we're going to jump into gold short. Okay, 30 seconds, and we're going to short the Dow. 10 seconds. See if this is going to be a blow up kind of day. 3, 2, 1.
Order filled.
All right, we're in short on the Dow, so let's mark it up. Okay, so looking pretty good so far. See if it wants to come down and hit this target. Hopefully it'll boost right through there and we can squeeze some more out. Okay, here we go. Close enough to my target.
Stop filled.
All right, got my target. This candle's closing in about 1.5 minutes, and it's a pretty big candle. So looking for that tail to form, as well as the next candle, maybe a green candle after this big sell-off. A lot of times you get these big sell-offs. The question is, are there any sellers left? So I'm happy to be out of it. Because I had that OCO order, automatically took away my other one that was in here. So if I forgot to to cancel it myself, be in trouble. But having that OCO as an ATM strategy definitely helps out a lot. So, and I show you how I do all that on my setup video. It was like video number 2, I think, in this series. So now we're down 650 on the day, 650 on the day. So not too bad, actually. You get that back in one trade, basically.
Order filled.
Okay, I had to take a quick phone call. So in short on gold now with 1 contract, so I can beef up my speed bump here, and then be able to recover all my losses, plus put money in my pocket by the time I get to the high probability blue line. So, but it looks like we might be all right here with gold. Everything's turning around with it. Start on its way back down. So put some money in the bank. Yeah, I wish I would have had 3 contracts in gold, because that would recover my full day once this got to its target. But this will be my last trade for the day. So, if we get this target and I recover a little bit. It'll be a red day, but at least it'll be a small red day. With all this support that's right here, you know what? I'm going to just do this.
Order filled.
I hit close. So much support right here. Chop, chop kind of day. You can see the YM is already bouncing back up and recovering. So anyway, I just take my loss, 494 for the day. Made 484 in YM. Made 190 in GC. And NQ took a beating. And we'll just we'll get that back in another trade another day. All right, everybody. See you on the next trade.
Order filled.
All right, so just jumped into GC short here on a switch to the short side. That looks like it did not confirm last second. Like literally last second it pulled back. So there is, let me remove this. So it would have been right in here somewhere. So we'll see if we could squeeze a little bit out of this anyway, even though it didn't switch. Looks like it really wants to switch for a retest down this area down in this area down here. So in the trade, short, one contract. I wanted to have 3. But that's okay. If it retraces, I'll grab more. And if it doesn't, whatever, it'll be a little bit of bonus money. Don't have much time to trade here end of day. But I did see this setting up, so I wanted to jump in. I really wanted to have 3 contracts. Man, it was a rush. Walked by the office. I was like, oh, let me go take that real quick. Get the recording started. Get everything going. Hurry, hurry. And so now I'm in and going to miss out on some money again. So I do need to head out, though, so I don't even have that much time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stop down. If I take a loss in the day, it is what it is. I guess it's a good thing I only had 1 contract. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move this down here. Break above these candles. And then my target, I'm going to move it back there. It's a tight little range. Should hit one of those before the end of day, and then I'll be out of this trade. Just got to make sure it's not going to open up any new trades. So I got no ATM strategy in, and I should be good to go. All right, so that trade is set, and then I'm going to head out, and then we'll review it later on when I get back. All right, so unfortunately, the day is already clicked over, so you can't see the P&L here, but at least I was able to get out with GC for $100. You can see on this chart here, Ninja Trader, the entry right there. My exit was right there. So I made $100 on it, so all good. You can see the account total now, $100 more. So yeah, it is what it is, but eventually it did switch, and it would have been a profitable trade. Just couldn't be here for it, so I didn't want to take any chances when I didn't have the switch happening in here. It started on this candle going in and out of that switch again, and I was able to just pop out for that $100 bill, and then I had to leave, and eventually it did switch, and it would have been a nice winner. So yeah, so tomorrow I will do some trades. Thursday I'll be able to take some in the morning, and then it's been a good week, so bad days coming, and I hope it's not tomorrow. All right, everybody, see you on the next trade. Okay, so here we are on Thursday evening. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to trade during the day. I'll show you why in a second, but I am here in the evening. Have a setup here with the ES right now. Got a switch going on the 5-minute chart, and into the short side right now, looking for a target somewhere down around 43.54, but may start to look to trail a stop here at 4356 just to make sure we're not going to just tap this resistance area or support area rather and bounce. And then if we have to, I'll speed bump it if it breaks back above there. Okay, so I'm going to put my target in right now. So we have 1 contract. I'm going to right click on my Ninja Trader screen. I'm going to hit buy stop limit because I sold it to short it, so I'm buying it back, or buy limit. Submitted. So I got my 1 contract right there in. So looking for that target, and then after that we'll look for a next trade. Okay, so coming into the target right here. So I broke that support area, kind of made a little cup and handle there, upside down. And now coming into the target. So I'm looking for this to get through the target, trail a stop. Yeah, now I wish I had like 3 contracts, right, instead of just 1. But either way, if I make even $100 on it, it's still $100. Okay, so it came back up, hit that stop. So I'm out for $20 in profit. All good. Rather be out for a little bit of profit than loss. Like I said, it could just be coming up to test what was once support to now be resistance. And if it does, it looks like it's going to trip this. There it goes, tripping this switch. And then I'm not going to take this trade because it could just be retesting support, to become resistance. So I got to look at that when I'm looking at my switches, if there's a major thing that could be happening, which is that. Okay, so we got about 30 seconds. So far, so good. Looking like it's going to confirm. And it looks like there's plenty of room to the upside. So we could easily see this come all the way back up here. Almost have a little bit of a funky W pattern here and coming right into this area. I'm going to get in just below this break. It would be nice if this was breaking out when it's closed, but It's not. So we'll see what happens here. Buy market, just one contract.
Order filled.
Okay, so I'm in. Got one contract, a little bit of a discount, which is nice. Got my OCO order in. Let me actually mark this up and get the right stops and everything in. All right, so we're getting to the target here. So pretty sweet. I'm going to go ahead and I just move this up a little bit since I'm here to watch it. And I got to cancel this because I do not want to have three
canceled.
there. I only have one. So I'm just going to cancel all of it. I got one contract up here, one there. Right click, sell, stop, market.
Order submitted.
And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this. We're looking at the 15-minute chart here, 5-minute chart there. I don't know if it's going to get through here or not. It might. There we go. And it's either going to boost from here or it's going to back up and I'll take my profit. Hopefully it'll boost. Could have been at $338 today already, but I got greedy on that first trade. I'm not going to do it too much on this one. Let's see. Let's move it up. See if we can see a little bit better. I got about 7 minutes left on this 15-minute candle here, and about 2 or 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. So there's room to get through.
Order
but
filled.
All right, there we go. I was gonna say I would have to go through a lot because it may back up to put a wick up there, but either way, all good. So I'll take that $121, and I
order canceled.
Forgot to take the OCO order off. That's why I did that. So that trade's done. Take the 121. That should be 321. But all right, I'll bring the next trade to you. I'm going to go ahead and jump into gold on the short side. I'm going to show you what's happening on the 5-minute candle. We're in the 5-minute candle right here. And you can see over here, 5-minute candle. I'm getting a little bit of a discount here, but I'm going to give it a couple seconds because this candle is going to close soon. Yep, looking for that tail to be formed. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I got one contract, OCO, sell market. Yep.
Order filled.
Got that discount that I wanted. Kind of. I don't know. It was up here when I had it, but all good. At least I got a little discount on it. So target is going to be 1962. Oh, I didn't have those here. Yeah, I did. Okay, just got to go get it. All right, so 19627. 19. All right, so I was putting my little one to bed, so I wasn't able to capture the shenanigans, but I got stopped out right here. And then looking at it on the 5-minute, this is a 5-minute here, but also looking at it in the 15-minute, I was like, I don't want to be stopped out right before this major resistance area. Chances are we're going to see a retrace and even a rejection possibly and going back down. And now we see this green candle not even being able to stay above the red candle. Again, bearish. And we got about 3 or 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left. So this is looking awesome. So I'm like, what's happening here? Is this moving around? So I jumped back in as soon as I had a chance with 2 contracts this time instead of 1. Came all the way back down. Now we're back in profit here. So basically I took that loss, right, because I got out technically. And then I'm back in, so we're right back where I'm at. So I'm looking for a little push down here back to this area. And then I may remove one contract or even both of them as we get back to this support area. And then I can get back in the trade when that breaks if I want to. But I think right now I'm just looking for a little more push down. I wish I would have saw this here at this bottom down here, and I would have definitely popped out, I think, because I would have trailed the stop and just called it. All right, I think I'm going to move this down right there and lock
Order
it in.
filled.
All right, I'm out. So the reason why I did that is, yes, I would like to wait and get that green target, but you can see here, this is a major, major support area. I mean, look at the massive rejections that are taking place right here. So many. Yeah, when it breaks, this thing can really slide when it breaks, but that's if it breaks, right? So my target is really close. It's inside this support area. So I popped out a little bit before target, you know, basically that it was here and I hit the button and, there's a little bit of a spread. You can see over here that spread. And then on Thinkorswim, if I put my dashboard on, you can see. So a little bit of a spread right here on GC. So we got out at the spread. And then, yeah, I may come all the way down and hit this target. Probably will, and I'll probably regret jumping out. Yeah, see. Algo is pretty accurate. So my algo indicator, it's pretty solid. So, but I got a little early because this is a major support area. And right now I got to do some serious accounts to see. Look at that, hitting the target. I got to really babysit this account. Yes, getting out a little early, but I was in. Remember, I got in at a major discount. So that means that the money I just made on this trade, if I get in at the exact right time, we'll still be able to pay for a loser. So that's the thing. So, you know, it's really important to have winners pay for losers. And this winner, based on the similar move, would actually pay for a loser and then some because I got in at that discount. So, so yeah. All right, everybody. I'll bring the next trade to you. Okay, so as I always like to do, I always ask, you know, is the market trying to draw a picture? And right now we got a messy kind of W pattern right here. We're getting back to the top. So this could be some major resistance. And we could see it come back down and draw an M pattern and then break down for new lows. And we are on our way down, right? Like things have been going down. You can see like this doesn't look great. But at some point it's going to find a bottom. And this could be that bottom, right? We had support, 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 support. It's drawing what looks like a W pattern to me. And now we're back at the very top of that. So if this W pattern can break out, we could see a really nice move higher. So I'm waiting to see if that's going to take place. I'm going to go ahead and move this up just to give it some room since I'm going to be in the office. I'm on Thinkorswim. Because if this W pattern breaks out, I'm going to put my alert in, create an alert, single, create. So I'm looking for a move at least back up. Here, I'll move it to my target right there. Okay, so there we go. So now Thinkorswim will alert me just in case I'm not looking at the monitor when this happens. And then I can go ahead and trail my stop up. But I'd like to try to squeeze some more out to this zone up here. But just in case it does go fast, I mean, it could make some big candles. Then I'll be ready. I'll be ready for it. So I'll bring the conclusion to you. But pretty nice. Now we're over $400 if this can keep moving. And this is definitely a resistant area right now. So we'll see what happens. So one strategy I could do is I could take my trade off the table right here. And then put my entry to get back in just as it breaks above this. Since we're so close here, we're just going to do that.
Order filled.
So close. So I locked in that profit. The downside to this is now I got, a second set of commissions. But then I can go here and go, I got one contract, OCO on, and then I can go, well, it's a little bit tight. We need to break a little more than that. But not too much more where I'm going to be adding more risk than I should be adding. All right, so buy stop limit. Okay.
Order submitted.
So now if this W pattern does want to break, I can get back in my trade, ride it through my target, and I added a little bit extra risk because you can see that space that's right here from where I got in to where I just got out. So that's, it's a tad bit more risk, but it's worth it. Squeezing more out, I can recover that extra few dollars there pretty easily. If this becomes, basically if this does go through and becomes a loser, that winner that needs to pay for this loser, it just has to be a winner that I squeeze a little bit more out on, and just a little bit more out, which is not a big deal. So we're good to go. Okay, so over here we can see the ES where I had my alert to signal me what's going on. So the ES right now, I'm going to switch this over to the ES. Actually, I'll go to, YM. So we just had a switch, and then it immediately went to speed bump mode or switch back. At the same time, it did that right here at the support area. So we got a little pullback on this. I'm going to go ahead and get back in this trade right now. Buy.
Order filled.
So if it wants a speed bump, then I'll jump in on a speed bump. So this is a 5-minute chart that's over here. But I'm going to look at getting, I think this is going to start to break out now based on this little speed bump play. I believe we're going to see a breakout. If this was, if I was just trading this off of that, that would put me, that puts me in the breakout zone. So there's a really high probability of breakout here. So I just jumped in with one contract. And then if it ends up being a loss, ends up being a loss. Okay, you can see the 5-minute candles over here. That new candle that opened is starting to have trouble getting above the previous candle. So that's not a good sign. So I don't like that at all. So I'm going to go ahead and move my stop up to my target. And if it wants to back up and get me out, then see you later. If this candle boosted, we'd be in great shape. But if it wants to back up like that, start green, then back up, it could be looking for a retrace. And just, you never know what's going to happen. How deep will it go? Blah, blah, blah. So there we go. I don't have a statistical probability on what happens next. So I'm happy to get out, take that small profit. Now I wish I had more contracts. Okay, so we got about 20 seconds before gold closes. I got one contract set up. You see over in Thinkorswim, it's barely switching, but it does look like a nice M pattern developing that could break down. So, but that could also turn into a W. So just got to be a little bit careful there, but it's looking more like an M pattern. And I got about a few seconds here. 3, 2, 1.
Order filled.
All right, so we're in short gold with one contract. Gonna mark it up. Okay, put my stop at the bottom of this green candle. Could always get back in this trade, but right now, if it's going to break, it may be breaking now. We got 4 minutes left on this 5-minute candle that just opened. Lots of time, and we got about 9 minutes on this 15-minute candle. So lots of time to push down through here. But if it wants to back up, then it's fine with me. Okay, backed up. We'll take that off the table. So now we're at 554 or 559 in the account. Pretty sweet. Back up to 48.8. I'd like to make another $300 tonight and be in the $149,000 range with only being down 1,000. That would be pretty awesome. Okay, so what I am going to do with GC though is I am going to right click down here below this and then sell stop limit.
Order submitted.
So if it wants to come down and break this M pattern, then I can jump in the trade. So I'm going to leave that in there for a little while, and then we'll see what happens.
Order filled.
Okay, here we are back with gold. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop down now and capture this. And we'll see if this wants to continue to break down or if it's going to rally and, I got some bonus money out of it. Let's see, we got about 2 minutes left before this candle closes. I was going to take more, but it's too late. I was a little slow. Okay, there we go. Let's take a little more because this candle may back up, and then I'm happy to be out. The next candle may create a wick before it does anything, and I don't want to wait for all that. I got my bonus money.
Stop.
There we go. I'm happy to be out. All right, so there we go. So nice. So now we're up at 677 for the day. Let's bounce back over to our other trade, which is NQ right now, and NQ is working its way towards the target. So I'll bring that conclusion to you as it happens, but it looks like it might be just barely breaking above this high right here, and a little bit of a W right there. It's kind of breaking out. Even got a little inner W here breaking out. So this is looking pretty positive. We'll see how far it will go. All right, here we go. And then we'll see if it backs up, if I made it or not.
Order filled.
Uh-oh, that is not what we want to do.
Order canceled.
Am I in? Okay, so I'm out of my trade. All right, good deal. 149,016 bucks. So it looks like I'm just going to end up closing this day in a nice profit. So it looks like today we're going to have to close it at $760 in profit. So it's not bad. It's definitely, back to $149,000 in the account. 150 is where we started. So down 1,000 bucks. That one day that I gave up $1,600 winning day turned into a $1,300 losing day. That was painful, but stupid, so dumb. But yeah, so we're almost back there, 149,000, and then slowly get that back. I'm not going to try to get it all back in one chunk, although taking 3 contracts, that's very possible that will happen in one chunk. So all right, see you on the next video.